Okay, so let's see here. Number 5, tiny organisms called Daphnia live in lakes and ponds where they consume algae. So the Daphnia consume algae. If we're going to draw a food pyramid, or not a food pyramid, food chain, it would look like that, right? The energy would go from the algae to the Daphnia. A lake with a stable population of algae and Daphnia was contaminated by pollution, resulting in the death of many algae. Okay, so in other words, these Daphnia eat the algae, and lots of algae are killed by this pollution. Which graph shows the most likely trend in the Daphnia population in the lake shortly before and after the pollution event? Okay, so let's look at a graph here. Notice on the side it says Daphnia population. That means the number of the Daphnia. Remember, the Daphnia eat the algae. So there's the pollution event error is the dot, right? So you have the Daphnia event, and then you have the pollution event that kills the algae. That should cause there to be less food for Daphnia. So the graph should go down here because the algae are dead from the pollution. And instead, this one goes up. So that one's not correct. This one here does go down. Well, let's go to B first, I guess. Here you have a pollution event, and it kills off the algae, and then the Daphnia numbers go down all the way down. Now notice it says the death of many algae, but not all, right? So anyway, the Daphnia numbers go down, but they never come back up. And remember, we study ecosystems, how they return to life after a while, right? If you look at C here, you have the Daphnia population, then the pollution event that kills the algae causes the Daphnia numbers to go down, but then the algae come back after a while and the Daphnia return as well. So that's what you'd expect to see. You'd expect to see the algae dying off, hurting the Daphnia, but then they recover and they go through that process of ecological succession where they come back and get back to their same numbers as before. Okay, and looking at D down here, you'll see the Daphnia numbers here were already going down before the pollution event. That doesn't make sense. There's no reason for the Daphnia numbers to be going down before the pollution event. They should have been just fine and have been stable. So if this graph looked like this, then that might be different, but this one is wrong for that reason. So your correct answer here would be C.